Hey guys, Paul with My Reseller Genie, and we're really excited to announce an update. And this is an update based on user feedback, so thank you guys for letting us know how we can make the app better. Now, if you saw our video about 2 weeks ago, we actually just pushed an update to this feature, so we're updating it for the second time in 2 weeks. And that's because we got a lot of positive feedback. We also got some requests that we add a couple things. So let me share my screen and show you the second update to this feature. So what this update has to do with is the Categorize expenses screen. So when expenses first get pulled into My Reseller Genie, you get a notification and it says click here to review new expenses. Now the old screen that did this was some folks were having performance problems with it, and so we kind of reimagined it to help speed up how quickly you can recategorize things and also how quickly you can mark things as reviewed. All right, so let me take you through this screen. All of the transactions that we have to review, they're summarized up here. So we have like 1,160 transactions roughly. And then what Genie does is it groups all of your transactions based on the general ledger account. So the general ledger account is like a fancy accounting word for a category that you use to tag information in your accounting system. Now, you'll see the general ledger account up here, and then you'll see the total dollar value of all the transactions that are categorized with that currently. Over here, you'll see the total number of transactions. Now, you can actually look at what the transactions are by clicking this button here, and it'll open it up for you. So there's two ways that you can look at the data. What we're looking at right now is the card view. Things are a little bit more spread out, maybe a little bit more readable for some folks, but you can also switch to the table view here, which if you're into spreadsheets might feel more comfortable to review the data. Either one works though. So you can go through the transactions and make sure that everything looks like it is where it's supposed to be. Now, if something is not where it's supposed to be, you can actually recategorize things in bulk very easily. So we've got everything selected right now. I'm going to deselect it by clicking up there. And if I'm going through this list, I can just pick transactions as I go. Or another option that you can use to recategorize things faster is if, for example, you know that there's a vendor or a transaction description that always applies to a different category, you can filter by searching here. So in this case, I've got some Walmart transactions. So if I type in Walmart, only the transactions that have Walmart contained somewhere in the data will show up here. So I can select all of my Walmart transactions and I can recategorize. So if these are all office supplies, I can recategorize them just like that to office supplies. So they're gone from this card here, and where they're going to show up is at the very bottom of my list. So now we've got all my office supplies expenses down here. Now you can also be more precise in how you search data. If you click over to the table view, in addition to the quick search, you can also specify filters. So you can filter off date, description, vendor, bank account, amount. And you can add as many filters as you want to make sure you're looking at just the transactions that you want to reclassify. So a lot of really nice functionality there to make the whole expense review and reclassification process faster. Now, another thing that you can do in the table view is you can edit descriptions. So if I want to edit the description, I just double click in the description and I can put in whatever my description is, Internet March 2026. And then I can tab and it'll go to the next line, or you can use the down arrow, whichever one you prefer. You can also go back in case you make a mistake by either hitting Shift Tab or the up arrow. So very functional, very fast for entering those descriptions on your expenses that have come through. And if for some reason you need to change the vendor that pulled through, this is going to work very similar to how the recategorize button works. So if you select the expenses that you want to recategorize or that you want to change the vendor on, you can click change vendor, and then it'll give you a drop down with all of your existing vendors. So in this case, let's say I want to recategorize it to Planet Fitness. Boom. Just like that, all those transactions vendors have been updated. Now, once you've reviewed all your transactions and everything looks like it's in the right category, you can go ahead and click Approve All, and then Genie will mark those expenses as reviewed and clear them from this screen. Now, we did also include the option to delete transactions in bulk here. You don't need to do this anymore because Genie supports a full chart of accounts, but it is an option if you prefer to make use of that. Now, a really important question is, why do we care about this? And there's two reasons. So number one is this is helping you make sure that all of your data is getting put into the right categories in your accounting system. So that gives you better information on your business, make sure that your reports are accurate. And then number two, this is also going to help you to save time, because the more you categorize things and mark them as reviewed, the more My Reseller Genie learns how you like to do your bookkeeping. So as you continue doing this, Genie's going to start being able to make better and better educated guesses about where things are supposed to go. So it's not going to be hands-free. No accounting system should be totally hands-free, but there will be less and less times that you'll have to actually recategorize transactions. So that's it. We're really excited to release this. We hope it saves you a lot of time. If you have other ideas or things that you would like to see, whether it's improving this feature more or a different feature in Genie or an entirely new one, we are always welcome to customer feedback. It really helps us to be the best that we can be for you all. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.